Okay. But I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I'm back on. That's
Okay.
okay. We're back on. All right, we're back. Sorry about the hiccup, everybody. Sorry about that. Just had to double check some things. Yeah. Hey, at least it's fixed. And if I'm sounding staticky, it goes in and out, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. So yeah, Dana. Yeah. Can we just move on? I blame Dana Brooke for my audio.
That even YouTube doesn't want to hear it, man.
Yeah, even they don't. You know. Let's see. I'm still said I wanted to fly through this Raw recap. Okay. Okay. So we had a tag match with Blackachet versus Gable and Rude. Yada yada yada. Bliss coming out saying she's going to be the host. Braun Strowman got a nice little shell of an automobile that he could easily take apart like Legos. What else? Nia Jax and Tamina. Oh God. No, we're going to quickly that because I don't want you to be viewed here. This one I do want to talk about Batista and Triple H face-off. There was a fantastic, absolutely fantastic tweet put out this morning. I'm going to go ahead and play it. It's the perfect mashup of what happened between these two guys and the Spice Girls. Prepare yourself.
Oh.
Give me what I want. Is that what you want? Give me what I want. Is that what you want?
There you go. I will probably send that to you via Skype so you can look at that for yourself because you did not get audio of this. Fantastic thing. This is how great doing live stuff is, guys. Okay. I love doing this. No. Didn't want to do that. Don't want to share the screen. Not going to do that. Sorry, Mike. It's just for myself and everyone else. You're left.
That's okay. I'll watch the replay.
Yeah, just watch the replay. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. All right. So, yeah. I'm sorry. The Triple H, every time there's a Triple H WrestleMania match, and it involves him doing these in-depth promos, I don't know what it is. I'm reminded of Undertaker and WrestleMania and how it was just a big old tug and pull. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not enthused. I don't care. I really, really don't. I know, though many, I'm sure, would love to see Triple H versus Batista, I don't know.
I liked it. I have to admit.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay, you know.
Yeah, no, I know it's okay. I know it's okay to like it, but yeah, you know, I like it kind of got long. Like we've seen this before. That's the main thing. It's every single Triple H promo you've ever seen. In that it's like, you really want this? You really want this? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I would like one of them just to go. Well, yeah, that's what I've been saying, dude.
Well, that's kind of like what Batista did after though, which I kind of liked. He's like you know, he gives him the match. He goes, "Thank you. Thank you. That's all I ever wanted." And
just calms down.
That was it. You beat up a 70-year-old man for this?
Well, yeah. Paul, come on.
It was like 4 weeks of build in one night. That was that whole entire promo.
Let me see. Kurt Angle showing up, saying and declaring that WrestleMania is going to be his retirement match, causing everyone in Pittsburgh to get teary-eyed. He would have a match against Apollo Crews. I'm sure everyone was like, why Apollo Crews? Well, because Apollo really, really likes the guy. And so to have him in the match in Pittsburgh, it's his final match in Pittsburgh, throw the guy a bone, okay?
Right.
And a German suplex while you're at it. Whee! All right, we got that. What else is... Roman Reigns was supposed to have a match against Karen Corbin, but Drew McIntyre came out, and he started beating the holy hell out of him. And so now Seth comes out, and he brings Roman to the back, and Dean Ambrose is going, I want a match with Drew McIntyre. Now. No DQ, no fall, no count out, false count anywhere. And Triple H says, go get him, kid. Yeah, kid. Thanks, Dad. Dean Ambrose, Drew McIntyre, false count anywhere. Fun little garbage brawl going everywhere. Even the concession stand was involved. Wackiness abound everywhere. Drew McIntyre getting the clean win. Ambrose taking it to the face. That is not meant to sound sexual at all.
I was just going to say.
No. Mike, you locked down, valuing my liver more than yours, that Dean Ambrose is staying put after WrestleMania. Is that correct?
That is damn correct.
Okay,
Yes.
that's one. I have no problem with that
Yeah.
one.
There's I just don't see it at all. That like the constant barrage of telling us that he's leaving. Are you kidding me? This guy, it's gonna be Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania.
Well,
God damn it.
Yep.
Book it.
Simple. Book it. Yeah. Do it.
Every fucking direction points there.
Yeah. Yep. 72% gave this show a thumbs up as of the Raw poll. Decent show. Would I give it a thumbs up? Let's just go ahead and put it this way. These next shows of Raw and SmackDown leading into WrestleMania are going to be good shows. Okay, they're going to be good shows. Are they going to be knock it out of the park 98%, yay, Roman destroyed leukemia? Good? No, not so much. But they are not going to be what we had back in October and November, where they were considered probably some of the worst and most predictable episodes of Raw we've ever had. So
they were bad. They were really bad.
Yeah.
And but I mean, can we just say though, real quick, just as you were scrolling through that?
Yes.
How great is that recap? That is just
the recap is fantastic.
The recap is so good.
The penmanship is top notch. Now to go to what I think was the better show.
Yeah, it was.
Way better TV show. Better written recap. I'll need to have Roy on here to go ahead and defend himself with that one. I like making fun of Roy. I love making fun of Roy. I just love doing it. This is, okay, time to go on to the Blue Show, which is even more significant than the Red Show, because we had a lot of stuff confirmed on this show for WrestleMania. Lots of stuff confirmed, okay? Which I guess is one of the reasons why I thought Raw was kind of meh, because we got a lot more meat on our plate with SmackDown.
Right. Well, less show, less time to do things. Yeah. Raw, we got to stretch things out into oblivion.
We had to have Dana Brooke come out to confirm why Ronda Rousey is a horrible person. We had to have Nia Jax and Tamina do something.
Right. Like how good would that Ronda Rousey thing have been if it just ended with her saying her piece and that's it, and sending out Dana Brooke? That's just like, that is such a symptom of the 3-hour Raw. It's like, we just got to keep it going.
Pretty much. But
like I was watching SmackDown, and I'll be honest with you, Doug.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I'm not a regular viewer of SmackDown, and it's not because I think it's a bad show. It's just like, after Raw, it's like I'm good on wrestling, and I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah.
But I've really freaking enjoyed this show. It's just such a breeze to watch. Nothing goes too long.
No, not at all.
Everything ends and it's just like, that's perfect. That's just enough to make me just want to crave more. I want to see more of this after.
It's almost, I want to say, comparing Raw and SmackDown, though they're both from the same company, is like watching Saturday Night Live from, the late 80s, early 90s of the Wayne's World sketches and Hey, It's Pat sketches that are on SmackDown. The sketches don't go too long. Everything is delivered just right on point. You are satisfied. Saturday Night Live now is, to me, just sounds, the sketches last too long. They try too hard to force jokes out. And even the guests that are on there don't even rehearse well enough. Everything is just thrown together quickly, but made to last way longer than it should. But SmackDown,
but having like two separate brands where they almost feel like it's like different companies. It's like such a weird dichotomy in the same, and then throw NXT on top of it. Like WWE has this like really weird like connection with their fans almost.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the Bulls in the 90s and the Chicago White Sox. Same owner, one team's awesome, one team sucks. It's like,
Yeah.
How is it the same owner? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like he invests more time into one thing and then less time into the other. And then sometimes his attention will be diverted, and then he'll do the opposite with the other two things.
Right. But the funny thing about WWE is the worst show has the most investment of time, and it's just like by the owner.
And would you think that the show that we're going to be talking about right now is going to be making more money than the show that's going to be on USA? And think about that, okay? No, never, okay? Raw will always be the mothership, okay? We totally get that. But this show, SmackDown, is going to make more money starting in October than any of their other shows.
Yeah, and everybody, and you know the funny thing about SmackDown is it's like, oh well, they're not guaranteed to be on Fox forever. They might move them to Fox Sports 1. It's like, who cares? They still got $1 billion fucking dollars for SmackDown. I don't care if they put it on the Disney Channel.
You guys are
paid regardless.
Those are people talking like real wrestling fans who have shown up to the show and are bitching about the show. Tough shit. We got your money. Shut up. Okay?
Right.
Stop it. Roy Nemmer is telling us that Shane McMahon is out in the middle of the ring with the Stanley Cup or the world's greatest trophy or whatever. He says that he has a lot of people asking him on, why do you attack The Miz? He says he's sick of it. He's tired of all the people that have ever been in his life, just like a true person-swerving heel. What do? You turn on the fans. Not just the fans, the superstars, the thousands of employees. He says people always ask him how to get a promotion, stock options. He says people have no idea what he does behind the scenes every day. What can he do for them? And then it all stopped on Sunday when he attacked The Miz. Well, good for you, Shane. Throw those moochers to the curb, I say. That's right. The Miz is a damn moocher. You hear me, Vicky? Ooh, Miz is a moocher. No, he's not a moocher. He's a fine, upstanding fellow from my hometown. And these guys are going to have a match at the WrestleMania.
Yes.
I'm
excited. I'm excited for that.
But who would have thunk that it would be... Let's see. Ever since Daniel Bryan returned, what was on everyone's mind was going to be Daniel Bryan going after The Miz, as The Miz would have been a champion, with The Miz being heel and Daniel Bryan being the face. How in the hell did we get to Daniel Bryan being one of the most entertaining heels we've had in a very, very long time as a champion, going up, and then you have The Miz, who's a babyface. And he's tried this before as a babyface, and this time it seems to be effective. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's because he has kids. I don't know if it's because of his TV show. I don't know. It seems to be effective. Now, I don't know what they're going to do after WrestleMania, but
I don't know what they're going to do at WrestleMania. This is probably the most, other than the Ronda Rousey match. Thank you, sweetheart. She's brought me another water. Mm-hmm. Other than the Ronda Rousey match, which I'm also compelled at the booking for that because they've broken down the fourth wall so much. Yeah. It's like, well, now she just basically said that wrestling's fake and no one can touch her. She's going to fuck everybody up. You can't have a match where she's going to just be doing moves that require the person you're doing them to cooperate. Right. So it can't be like a delayed vertical suplex where the person just sticks their legs up in the air and they're cooperating. It's this really nice spectacle, but totally implausible. It really just has to be Ronda Rousey being like a female Brock Lesnar, just tossing fucking people around. But I'm very, very curious how they're going to book that match. This is the other match that I am most curious about because Shane always does the big bump, Doug. You know that.
Oh yeah.
And that is total face.
Yeah.
Total face move.
Yeah. What is he jumping off of, or is he going to jump off of anything?
Right.
I don't know.
Or is Miz going to slam him off of something? Like I'm just kind of curious because if they just have to have a straight up wrestling match and Shane McMahon's playing heel and also has to do the long control segments, it has potential to be a fucking stinker.
I've got a feeling that family members are going to be involved.
Yeah.
You'll see the dad come up and maybe get his one shot in. Maurice may show up and get her shot in. Maurice's mother may show up to get her shot in. is just going to be a big, massive commercial for the TV show.
Yeah, it probably will be. I mean, in my fantasy booking, Doug, which I know we'll get to, but I'm putting George Mizanin in a cage above the ring.
Yes.
Minimum.
Oh yeah.
And him trying to feign emotion for his son, which he couldn't do on Sunday, was my favorite fucking thing on WWE TV in the longest time. He has him in a triangle choke, and Dad's like,
he's like, what are you? I don't know what he's doing.
He's like, what time's room service end tonight? I wonder if I get back, can I get my fucking pancakes? It's like he wanted to be anywhere but there.
Yeah,
it was the best.
Yeah, he was basically like, all right, I've done my part. Can we go home now? 8-man tag match of no consequence whatsoever, just because we got to show off that all of these people are in the company. Aleister Black, Ricochet, Hardy Boys versus The Bar, Rusev, and Shinsuke Nakamura. It doesn't matter because the New Day come out and ruined everything. Why?
Because they want to show, we're not going to let this show go until Kofi. He's been here 11 years. 11 years.
11 years.
11 years.
11 years.
And we're going to fuck up every single pointless 8-man tag because he's been here 11 years.
11 years. 11 years. It's all about 11 years. That's all we're going to hear. It's 11 years. And after all of this kerfuffle, we get the Usos walking down a backlit stairway because that's where they hang out. Places that are very dimly backlit.
Well, they belong to the Uso Penitentiary. I doubt they have very good lighting there.
I doubt they have very good lighting at home.
How else are you going to, get a little of that prison love in there if the lights are shining brightly all the time in the Uso Penitentiary?
Yeah, I know. Just no light at all at the Usos' homes.
I wonder if do you think it's a federal penitentiary, a state penitentiary, or do you think it's one of those privately owned jobs?
I'm sure it's privately owned.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's privately owned. Though I think the best thing about the Usos Penitentiary is that it has an elliptical. Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there. Just random. Just the random thing is the elliptical. Okay? Yeah, it's nothing else. Elliptical.
It's good for yard time.
Yes. And there are fights that happen between those that want the elliptical. Okay? Just put it that way. Oh, God, we're just going... I don't get it. Randy Orton and AJ Styles staring at each other, bringing up references to things that we are sure to remember, naming numbers and years, and having us remember what Randy Orton's done and what AJ did.
Doug, you know what's amazing though is that all the stuff that Orton mentioned about AJ and AJ mentioned about Orton, it's the stuff that was mentioned that was the most recent that I had no recollection of. I almost completely forgot that Randy Orton was even close to the Wyatt family, let alone in it for a time. Right. And when he mentioned the Wyatt family, I'm like, what? And I was like, wait, oh yeah, what?
Yeah, everything he was mentioning, no, I remember it all. He was going like Evolution, then Rated RKO, then all of them, and then Wyatt family. I'm like, wow, AJ, you've been watching a lot of WWE product. Man, how do you find the time to do that when you're in the independents?
Well, that's where he started ripping off all his moves from.
Oh yeah, that's right. And, that's right. And Orton, but yeah, they didn't come to blows. They just kind of, make fun of each other in the ring, taunting that they wanted to go against each other at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
which we will probably get.
Oh, that's a 100% surety because Styles pointed at the sign at the end of the thing. That being said, all joking aside, I thought it was actually a very effective promo.
Yes.
One that I'm sure will piss off the real lovers of the internet because Orton kind of downplayed every single thing Styles did. Well, hold on a second. During 2014, he was having 7,000 5-star matches. What were you doing, Randy?
He fought a guy named Kazuchika Okada. He was over the Tokyo Dome. He was over in Budokan Hall. He was all over the Japan. And I've got the tapes to prove it.
Oh, that's right. Like, all we need was one more Kenny Omega dream match, and then we could have been done.
The last thing I need is some baby oil jackass telling me what's not wrestling. I know what wrestling is. I'm the #1 super fan.
Oh, whatever. Japan.
Randy Orton, AJ Styles going to be at the WrestleMania. So there you go. Non-title women's championship match of the SmackDown variety featuring Asuka going up against Sonya Deville. This was actually a pretty decent match.
Not bad for like 4. They were given about 4 minutes, and it was fun. You know, it's like I really like the Sonya Deville character, and I thought of all the people that really got shafted on their call up from NXT, she might be one that sticks out the most to me, because I thought they could do something really good with her, and then all of a sudden they signed Ronda Rousey, and it's like, okay, we already have one MMA girl, and well, Ronda Rousey's more MMA than you are, Sonya. Yeah. She has a couple more wins and a little more notoriety, so she got like, there's just no point to her now, and that's such a shame, because I think she's a great character, and I think she could be something really special if they actually gave her a real chance.
Well, the one thing is, I don't know necessarily, there is no gimmick around her. Of all of the women that are right now on the roster, and I cannot believe that I'm saying this right now, because if I was saying this like 5 or 7 or 8 years ago, the response would be, Doug, that never happens. She is the only female on this entire roster that does not have a gimmick, that does not have a persona, that doesn't have a personality or characteristics or a path or, anything like that.
She's got the ponytail thing. She got the ponytail thing.
She has a ponytail thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tie him up and put your dukes up. I think. I forget what the phrase is, but
put your hair up and square
hair
up.
up and square up. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
But you got Mandy Rose, God's greatest creation. You've got Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. You have I could name all of the women and name what their gimmicks and what their lines are. Sonya Deville does not have anything.
Yeah.
She is just Sonya Deville.
That's right. And you know what? Sometimes that's just fine.
And
not everybody needs the fucking nickname, And by the way, when is today going to hit? When is tomorrow going to be today for Asuka? Like
how long is she the Empress of Tomorrow?
Right. Like, wouldn't you think now having the women's title, she's like the queen of today? Like
that, I don't know what it is. Like, does she wake up and just go, no, I still want to be Empress, but not right now. I want it to be of later on.
Because don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. That's what I always say.
Yeah. I honestly
try to lazy in that sense, I guess.
She's very, very lazy. Yes.
Yeah.
And
she's not as good as everybody says.
And we've got to also talk about Asuka in the WrestleMania booking, because I've got serious questions.
Me too.
I don't know we'll try to figure out what the hell is going on, but women that I don't have questions about are the fucking Iconics. They show up just on the screen, just a monologue and bitch about why Sasha Banks and Bayley aren't on SmackDown. They say they're the future and it's on SmackDown Live. They keep I love them. I absolutely love them. They will never get the titles. I don't care. I just want them to be on TV saying stuff. Their Australian accents make me smile.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yes.
I still think about their faces in the Elimination Chamber, and it's actually it makes me smile, especially when they were making their entrance. They're walking by the things, and they're like, and then Nia Jax bangs the thing, and they get like all scared. It's fun. They're fun.
I think the rolling meme on the Twitter is Billy Kay yelling at one of the lovely lady reporters of the WWE, going, "Journalists, you gotta be joking me!" That's the running meme. Like, every single time anyone bitches about anything wrestling, you hear Billy Kay going, "You gotta be joking me!" I can't believe I can get my voice that high to do that. I was actually practicing to try to get that down. Becky Lynch tossing away the crutch, walking down the ring, but she still has a limp. Her and Charlotte just bitched at each other, and that's all they pretty much did. So there you go. That's what happened right there.
That's pretty much it. Didn't like that. I don't like that she could barely stand 2 days ago, and now she's crutchless. As I watched that, I started to realize that they went too far with the Becky angle, and she's starting to feel a little cold.
Mm-hmm. But it's the recuperative powers of Pittsburgh medicine is what it is. That's how she got so much better. Just to stop into a big white building in Pittsburgh, and now she don't need a crutch. I'll be damned.
That's it. And Pittsburgh is also where crowd reaction is going to die. So there's that as well.
So, hey, crowd reactions die and your limp dies in Pittsburgh. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. Daniel Bryan and Rowan emerged out of Vince McMahon's office to just inform us that they are going to be in a tag team match against Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. Tag team match. Man, this was a Teddy Long special this last night. Rey Mysterio and R-Truth versus Andrade and Samoa Joe. I'm glad there is not a picture of this on Roy's recap. I don't know what the fuck Rey Mysterio was wearing for this match, but it should have been learned a long time ago. Flesh colors are not good on your tights, especially when the flesh color goes throughout your onesie and it makes you look like you're wearing a black G-string.
Yeah, like Borat.
Yeah, like Borat. I mean, he was pulling off Borat way better than Borat could. Okay. But apart from that, no, good, fun little tag team match. And Rey Mysterio getting the pin on Samoa Joe clean on a reversal. Yes, on a reversal. And yeah, so nice little fun little tag team match from the 44-year-old Ray.
Yeah. Ray looks better than ever.
Yeah.
Better than ever. My goodness. Oh, and about Andrade real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He is dating Charlotte Flair, and I didn't know that until Victoria told me that a couple days ago, and I couldn't believe it. I had to look it up, and he's dating Charlotte Flair. I was like, this guy's got it all, man. He's got it all.
I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of Andrade in general.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Whatever.
And now he has like the hottest version of Charlotte Flair without that thing on her face. It's like, my God.
Oh yeah, now that the deer tick is gone. Yeah.
This guy's just everything's coming up roses for him.
Yeah, he doesn't need a belt.
Matches.
Yeah,
it's just
has fantastic stuff against Rey Mysterio. He does not need a belt in my eyes. He is a champion to all of us.
My wife's watching this show. Shit.
Yeah, I know. We have another tag team match so that before we can end this show of Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Daniel Bryan and Rowan would win this match after Rowan caught Mustafa Ali with the palm of his hands and delivering what the finishing maneuver that I am calling the planting. Just a face palm, clutching the skull, and then slamming down like a choke slam. They seriously need to give this, call it the planting. Or just say planted. Something like that.
Yeah, you know what it should be called? Because remember when he had that face run a couple years ago, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I brew my own wine. I do my own wine." It should be called the wine press. That's
there we go. I'd almost want to call it the French press, but that's coffee. But that just doesn't make sense though.
That's true.
But still, no, that's how they win. I don't know what they're doing right now, but all that matters is what are they doing with Kofi Kingston? So Vince McMahon comes out, says that he's out there tonight to give Kofi Kingston an opportunity to compete at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Right when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, see you later, bye. He's giving him an opportunity to compete at WrestleMania. Oh, okay, that's all I really needed to know. But no, out comes the New Day, bunch of angry individuals. Doesn't matter what the color of their skin are. They're very angry.
11 years.
Everyone chanting Kofi.
There's no V in that word, by the way.
No, 11 years.
11 years.
11 years. 11. E-L-D-E-N. No, E-L-E-D-E-N. 11 years is what that is. Vince says he was talking to Daniel Bryan backstage and thinks Bryan hit it on the mark. He said Kofi is awesome, but he's a good B+ player. Boy. Kofi says
a great line. When he said that, I actually laughed out loud.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. I was like, of course. Who else would call him a B+ player for Daniel Bryan? That's amazing.
He said he doesn't complain. Kofi then just yells right back. He's a kid with a dream and came true. He's providing for his his family. He's traveling the world. He would like to think at some point during those 11 years he's proven himself worthy. He doesn't, but Vince doesn't see it that way. Kofi says he doesn't complain about anything. Well, it sounds like you're complaining right now, Kofi, about how he shows up every week. He busts his ass while other people are given opportunities. He doesn't complain about that. But you're complaining about it now, Kofi. What's weird is that while I was watching this promo, my Deanna was behind me in the kitchen preparing her lunch to go to work today. And that's exactly how she sounded. Like, he was going, but I don't complain about that. And she goes, but you're complaining about that now. You're not playing well here, Kofi. You're not playing your hand well.
I know.
And so, but Vince finally says that, yep, you're going to get your opportunity until he reveals Randy Orton emerges from the back. Samoa Joe emerges from the back. The Bar emerges from the back. And finally, Rowan emerges with Daniel Bryan behind him, saying that he must defeat all 5 of these men in a gauntlet match next week. And if he does, he'll go to WrestleMania.
Which means that the WWE champion is going to lose again on SmackDown.
Yes. That's what's going to happen. Yes.
I would do maybe... I think I would give the first hour to continue to build the other WrestleMania matches, and then the final hour of SmackDown, just the gauntlet match.
Pretty much.
See what happens.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's gonna be the Kofi show again.
Yeah, I gotta say though, like, it's hard to get. I have to imagine. I don't care if you've been there 11 years, Doug. I don't care if you've been there 11 years. It's got to be tough to get into the ring with old man Vince and cut a promo like that. Looking at him, I thought it was actually, it really surprised me at how good that came off. Even though logically, like, I'm thinking, like, it does sound like you're complaining. You don't want to complain. Just tell me how to. He was essentially telling him, just tell me how to do it.
Yeah, just
I've
tell
done
me what the hell
everything
I gotta
else.
do.
Yeah, I've done everything else you've wanted me to do. Just tell me what to do this one last time. Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I
got no problem taking orders. Yeah, I have no problem taking orders. I fall in line like everyone else. Tell me what it is I got to do. I'm not here to, oh dear, damn it, what? Woe is me. And I'm not here to go like, oh boss, you're really great. Just what do I got to do? And he kind of sounds like a lot. And I know a lot of people watching this. I mean, if they weren't Kofi fans now, they are now. Because anyone who works any kind of regular 9-to-5 job and has been loyal to that company and has done everything that has been asked of them, and wants that opportunity to, be promoted, get a raise, or get something, but they always see others getting that opportunity that maybe have not been there longer than them, they will immediately identify with Kofi. It is almost the antithesis of what the Stone Cold character was to the boss, the blue collar worker, hating the boss. Well, this is your loyal worker, not necessarily against the boss, but just, God damn it, what do I got to do? Come on. I've been with you. I got no problem. I see my pay stubs. Come on. Pay me. So... Right. And I'm being honest, too. I'm identifying with that right now, so I'm trying to hold myself back a little bit. All right. 87% giving the show a thumbs up. I agree. This was a very good show. It was a very good promo-driven show. Not a lot of stuff shown in the matches, per se, except for maybe the Asuka-Sonya Deville match. Yeah. That match probably stands out in that why we should pay attention to those people, the Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, and Asuka, why we should pay attention. Because I forgot to mention it too. Just the subtleness of Mandy Rose's mistake of trying to get into the ring, pulling the apron, and causing Sonya Deville to lose her footing, thus causing Asuka to take advantage of it, is way better than any other kind of mistake that we've seen partners give to others, like aside from, accidentally tripping them, accidentally punching them in the face, really glaring ones. But this one was so subtle that it just really made the match.
Yeah.
It's really worth checking out for that good 3.5 minutes that it was. It could lead up to some really good storytelling, even though it's going to be overshadowed by a lot of stuff happening on SmackDown, which I don't know if you want to call that sad, but it's still something to try to pay attention to, you know. All right. Take a sip of your sources, everybody, because it's time to go over news stuff that have sources that are way worse than the ones we're having. All right. Why aren't my sources popping up? Sources, where are you? Sources, news. Time for the news. There's the news. There's the news. My God in heaven, why is it? I've been doing this whole time. I've been adjusting the pictures of the stories that I'm trying to show on our show. I had it all lined up, and then suddenly OBS decides to go, no, I want to do this now.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
It's going like, no, I like it this way. You're doing it wrong, Doug. So, no, we're going to do it this way. There we go. All right.
Well, apparently I did it wrong, too. I said that Daniel Bryan was going to lose again on SmackDown, but it's Rowan who's going to be in the gauntlet match.
Yeah.
I got up to a certain point in SmackDown, and I didn't see the end of the total end of that, where they said that Rowan would be in the gauntlet match.
Yeah, Rowan's going to be in it.
So Daniel Bryan come out, and I was like, oh.
No, Rowan's going to be in it. But I'm starting off the news with very somber news. Last Thursday, WWE issuing a statement on the passing of Dick the Destroyer Bayer. He's considered, honestly, one of the most well-known non-Mexican masked wrestling stars ever. Period. Better than Mr. Wrestling, a Tiger Mask, all of them. This is the one. Of course, Dark Overlord Meltzer wrote a lengthy write-up about Bayer. He was 88 years old, and he had been in hospice care for a few weeks before his passing. WWE's statement reads as follows, quote, WWE is saddened to learn that Dick Bayer, a masked wrestling pioneer who is better known to ring fans as the Destroyer, passed away at 88. Beginning his career in the 50s, Bayer thrilled fans and terrified opponents for more than 3 decades. He came to prominence in the LA territory where he rivaled the likes of Freddie Blassie and Gorgeous George. Bayer famously defeated the latter in a hair versus mask match at the hallowed Olympic Auditorium in '62, resulting in Gorgeous George losing his trademark golden locks. Bayer achieved perhaps his greatest notoriety, however, in Japan, becoming one of the first foreign attractions in the country. In '63 match against Ricky Dozen, a former sumo wrestler and cultural icon in Japan, drew the eyes of more than 70 million television viewers, making it one of the most watched bouts in history. Bayer eventually became a beloved figure in Japanese pop culture himself and was even a regular performer on a top-ranked variety show. Japan's full of variety shows, by the way. Bayer also made waves in the now-defunct American Wrestling Association under the alias of Dr. X, capturing the territory's heavyweight title from Vern Gagne in '68. As Dr. X, he wore a different but no less menacing mask, and his veiled countenance became immortalized when Blondie lead singer Debbie Harry once photographed on stage wearing a shirt with his likeness on it. So, yeah, even the rock stars dig the wrestling. A regional sports hero in upstate New York, Bayer wrestled and played football at Syracuse before turning to the ring. His impact on sports entertainment was felt long after his retirement as well, as Bayer is credited with training former WWE Tag Champ Mike Rotundo.
So he's responsible for Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas as well.
Yes,
indirectly.
Indirectly, yes. So WWE extending the condolences to Bayer's families, friends, and fans. So, yeah, you have a story about the Destroyer.
You know what? No, I thought you were talking about King Kong Bundy.
No, King Kong Bundy, no. But if you had a story about King Kong Bundy, what you got?
Oh, well, God. Well, being a fellow Jerseyan, I have seen Big King Kong Bundy before at little pop-up indie events around the state. My first time ever seeing him was at an indie show, my first indie show that I ever went to, which was at the Wildwood Convention Center. Mm-hmm. Totally awesome. It was like an NWA type show, like, or at least they said they were NWA, and all their shirts said, "Just when you think we're dead, we're not," or something like that. It was like something like very strange. Or no, rumors of our demise are greatly exaggerated. That was their tagline. I was like, that's a bad tagline, and I was only like 15 years old, and I knew that was a bad tagline at the time. And anyway, so Bundy, I was talking with him a little bit because I was like, I was convinced at that age I was going to become a wrestler, and I was he was telling me, like, you know, oh, you know, you got to do this and that, blah, 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 blah. He was actually very nice, very, very kind. And then he just, like, out of nowhere, like I guess, like, during the concession stand time, it was time to do an angle. So somebody started just, like, ripping on him, and all of a sudden Bundy just unleashes, goes right into full Bundy mode, starts screaming. And I swear to God, Doug, it was right. I was standing right next to him, and I literally thought my eardrum was going to cave in. His voice was so powerful, and he pointed at the guy, and he had like a stick of deodorant under his arms. It was incredible. It was such a great introduction to indie wrestling and meeting legends on the circuit. He was such a cool guy, such a cool dude. In fact, I think actually, of all people, I think Dave Stevens has a story too. I think Dave Stevens delivered pizza to his house once.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because they're right in the same area, Stevens and Bundy. I mean, I'm North Jersey. Bundy might as well be Philadelphia.
Yeah. Mine is I'll get into some stories that I've got of when I used to wait tables at a couple of restaurants here where I live in North Carolina, Mooresville,
I'm sure you've seen
Lake
some
Norman.
Cool people, yeah.
I've had plenty of conversations with Ricky Steamboat, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. I mean, the old NWA folk live here in this area. So it's just having discussions just about life is what it is, you know. But yeah, they're all over the place like flies. You got to like swat them.
Oh yeah.
But also another member of the WWE passed away actually on Monday. WWE issuing a statement on the passing of former Kaientai manager Wally Yamaguchi.
Man, we choppy your pee-pee. That is one of the great lines of the Attitude Era. Rest in peace, Yamaguchi-san.
Yeah, the statement from WWE, although primarily known to the WWE universe as the villainous Yamaguchi-san during the late 90s, Yamaguchi was a key figure in Japanese sports entertainment during the 80s, editing Gong magazine and working with various Japanese promotions as a ref and agent. In addition to appearing on screen as Kaientai's manager, Yamaguchi also worked with the WWE at its Japanese liaison. His brother, Shun Yamaguchi, is a Japanese television announcer for WWE's pay-per-view broadcasts. So there you go. WWE extends condolences to Yamaguchi's family, friends, and so yeah, I kind of like how I do that. It's
I do
reading the fine print, you know.
Yeah, it's like a beer commercial.
Yeah.
Please do not drink and drive.
Please don't drink and drive.
Well, actually, getting back to Dick Bayer real quick, I did read the Dark I did see the Dark Overlords write up. I did think it was really interesting because anybody who knows a little bit about wrestling history at least knows what happened to Ricky Dozan.
Yes.
And they had done a little, but Bayer had gone down there, run the circuit, and he was gonna go home. And Ricky Dozan was inviting him out to go to the club with him that night. He's like, no, I got to go home. I got the family waiting for me, next time. Yep. Well, that's the night that Ricky Dozan went out and got stabbed and was ultimately killed.
Yeah.
So kind of like an interesting story, like what would have happened if.
Yeah, what if?
But Bayer, huge star in Japan. I mean, the coverage in Japan is enormous.
Oh yeah, check out his match. You'll find him on YouTube. You can definitely find him on YouTube. They are really interesting to watch. Where it's seriously, if you're thinking it's wrestling, no, it's just him walking around the outside of the ring and being a coward.
Yeah,
that's what it is. The only wrestling moves that are done are maybe a punch and a vertical suplex, and that is it. Okay, seriously, they are worth watching. Just if you want to get real wrestling history, that's where you start. Right there with your Japanese wrestling is Dick the Destroyer. There was a press conference last week that was held over in Tampa Bay about WrestleMania being at Raymond James Stadium on April next year. WrestleMania is going to be happening next year. Holy God.
It's time for Paul Burchill to come back, number one.
Yes.
And oh my God, poor Goosey.
For one, I don't,
Who
anyone
gives a fuck?
Yeah, anyone else out there is like angry that WrestleMania's not coming to your town. Well, you know what? If you could just get the sun to be a little closer, you might get a shot at getting WrestleMania. Okay.
It's not like Goosey doesn't work for an airline where he could just hop on a plane and go. Like, come on, Goose. Come on, bro.
You need some sun. Okay? You need some sun. Get out there.
Get those 9.5 toes some sun, bruh, and get down to Tampa, okay? It's not that bad.
Don't worry. I understand that the suntan lotion may be a lot more expensive than the plane ticket, but I will help you out. Okay? I'm going to need a lot of it. I know you do. All right. Also, it is now fair to say that WrestleMania has already been effectively booked because Kairi Sane will be your new women's champion wherever the fuck she may be.
No question. That's got to happen, yeah.
She is going to be on that goddamn pirate ship in the background. And she is going to do a zip line from that ship all the way down to the ring.
Right.
Is what's going to happen.
And then she will have outlived her usefulness. By November, she'll be back in Japan.
Yep.
It'll be awesome.
Pretty much. Everything's art. Do you realize how bad this could be? Okay. The pirate theme? Really? I mean, we've done amusement park themes. We've done Hollywood themes. We've done Chicago gangster themes.
That was...
and we've also done obnoxious New York themes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite theme? What's your favorite theme?
I think mine actually is incredibly obnoxious. Was the Caesar's Palace theme?
Oh.
The Roman Colosseum theme. With what is it? Oh, it was it was at Caesar's. What was it? Trump's Caesar's or something like that.
No. It was actually a pop-up arena.
Yes.
They put up stands outside Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yes.
They just put up. It doesn't even exist where they were.
Yeah. It was something like that. I just know
it's kind
Bobby.
Of amazing.
Yeah, it was Bobby Heenan riding backwards on a camel. That's what I want. Okay, that's what I like. I like obnoxious, terribly obnoxious themes. Everyone's saying, well, WrestleMania sometimes should be in Canada. You know how obnoxiously Canadian they'll make the gimmick for WrestleMania if they do that again?
It was in Canada twice.
Yes, they'll do it again, but this time they'll really make it known that they're in Canada.
Oh yeah, definitely. They'll have somebody accompany the ring. Triple H will be accompanied to the ring by a motorcycle concade of Mounties. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Got to bring back John. What was that guy's name? The with the glass eye, the Oulettes, right?
Oh yeah, the Oulettes. Yeah, you got to bring them out.
PCO. Got to get PCO back. I think my favorite. I'm stuck between. The theme for WrestleMania 11 where they did Paul Bearer and Mr. Fuji in the interrogation room. They did that little segment, and then it wound up Mr. Fuji was wearing a dress or Paul Bearer was wearing a dress or something like that. It was fun. Either that I did like the Hollywood one though with Undertaker's Clint Eastwood. That was fun too.
Oh sure. No, that was a fun one. I just imagine them doing it in Canada, and it's going to be nothing but Trailer Park Boys references everywhere. Okay, that's all it's going to be. That or Kids in the Hall or Saturday Night Live references or something like that. Who the hell knows? But and now the other thing too is prepare yourself because WrestleMania may end up going to Saudi Arabia.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They actually they were talking about doing like a second WrestleMania, and it's like every single Saudi Arabia show basically is a second WrestleMania. They do stack those cards. It's just that the booking isn't like WrestleMania quality booking, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But as far as the main WrestleMania show happening, I don't think they'll ever put the main WrestleMania show on it.
No, they wouldn't be doing that. Jim Ross Contract is expiring with the WWE at the end of March. Did you even know that he was part of the company? I sure as hell didn't. So
No clue. No clue.
yeah, sure as hell didn't know this. He would comment on his podcast last Thursday about it on Instagram. He includes looking forward to the next chapter in his life and that he's working on his next book with writer Paul O'Brien. I'm sure he's maybe doing stuff with University of Oklahoma or Oklahoma University, something involving football in Oklahoma. Who the hell knows? I just hope that he'll stand up and not fall down, because those pictures of him after he fell down, it looked like he had been trampled by a moose. Okay, so Jim, just stay seated. Just stay seated.
And that's normally how he looks too. It's like,
yeah.
Good looking guy.
Especially speaking of other retirements, Jushin Thunder Liger announcing that he will be retiring from professional wrestling next January. He announced it last Thursday morning. He plans to retire at beginning of 2020. His real name, Keiichi Yamada, said he hopes to wrestle around the world and have a final retirement match specifically at the Tokyo Dome. That is according to F4W Online.
I think he'll get it.
Absolutely. He is 54 years old. He's been booked for WrestleCon alongside WrestleMania 35 in New York this year. He hopes to wrestle on the card for the joint Ring of Honor New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Supercard event that sold out at Madison Square Garden as well. So, Jushin Thunder Liger, yeah.
Will that be the first? I wonder if that'll be the first time Liger's ever been in Madison Square Garden, because that's actually kind of like, I'm sure that would be like a crowning point for his career there.
I believe so. Yes. I don't believe he's ever been to Madison Square Garden. He's been in plenty of arenas here in the South. I know that. And plenty of in the West. But not a whole lot when it comes to the Midwest and the Northeast. He's had shows here. I know he's had shows here in Charlotte. More prominently in Atlanta and Florida when WCW had the working contract alongside New Japan. So, yeah. No, good for him. Dear Lord, I thought he would never retire, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Mysterio in a sense, where like Mysterio's 44 and he looks better than ever. Like Liger never really lost it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, never. Speaking of people that we thought retired but no are still hanging around, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows turned down, quote, multi-million-dollar deals. This is something to talk about because it's from coveted, intrepid, full of integrity reporter Mike Johnson from PW Insider, who never gets anything wrong, ever, is reporting that the one main topics of discussion at this past week's SmackDown tapings was the future of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, according to his report. Anderson and Gallows had multiple meetings with the WWE about their future over the last several days and turned down, quote, multi-million-dollar deals from the company.
Right.
It is being said that they are looking to exit WWE after the current contracts expire in late September of this year. No.
Doug, there's no way these guys are making a combined $500K.
No way.
Maybe they'll make 600 combined. Maybe they get 300, but after road expenses, they're not making a lot of money.
You know how much?
They're not worth even really what they make.
No. There was a recent, I think it was on Forbes, I can't remember where, but there was a release of a list of about 30 WWE performers and what their salaries were. The names that go off the top of my head, and they're not, I'm just saying regular names, like Elias. Elias makes a little over $500,000. Okay. But we're talking big names like Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar, of course, is the big one.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. John Cena still gets paid over $4.5 million annually. Ronda Rousey is one of them. Randy Orton is one of them. AJ Styles. Go on down the list. These jokers aren't even on the list. And the lowest number you see on that list is maybe $300K. So stop it.
I'm not even sure that list is entirely 100% accurate either, but I do think that it kind of accurately reflects probably something close to what they make. Mm-hmm. The multi-million-dollar deals, these guys, that would be a
No.
fucking hell of a payday for them. And you would, so you want to go from making $250K to making a couple million, and you turn that down so you can go play wrestler somewhere else. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that doesn't make any sense. And if that happens, these guys need to be stopped from wrestling immediately because the CTE is real.
Hey, Google Masters in the chat room, quickly look up Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson's ages now. I am relying on you, people in the chat room. Find me the ages of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, because Jushin Thunder Liger is 54 years old. Rey Mysterio at the sprightly age of 44 years old. Randy Orton. Okay, there we go. Jason F. He's saying 39 and 35-ish. I'm not looking for ish. I want number, not ish. This is not day one-ish. I need ages-ish. Let me see. Seriously, they've got to be approaching, both of them approaching 40. They got to be as old as me.
Yeah, Luke Gallows is 35.
Gallows is 35. No, you're good. Orton, 39.
Carl Anderson's 39. Yeah, wow.
Wow, old as me. Jesus Christ. Okay? So, yeah, speaking from my perspective, no, don't do it. Just stop. You just had your fourth kid, okay, Anderson? Just go back home to your hot Asian wife.
Right.
Just stop. Just stop, okay?
Yeah. I want to go to a place where they respect me, but also don't pay me as much. Like, give me a fucking. Somebody needs a fucking. Every wrestler before they have their first match should sit through personal finance 101. Like if they really are turning down multi-million-dollar deals, give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, I know when I'm being worked and everything. Can we let's just let low key be low key, okay? Only low key is allowed to be like that. All right. All right. Former Impact star TNA guy Trevor Lee made his NXT debut at a live event in Florida over the weekend. What's a Trevor Lee? I don't know what a Trevor Lee is. He's just going to be on NXT. This is just news. Don't ask me what my thoughts are. I don't know who this guy is. There you go.
I've never even heard of Trevor Lee.
I don't know. He sounds like one of the new hires we have at my grocery store. 3 new Performance Center recruits coming over, including a former Impact star. These 3 jokers here are Robert Strauss, also known as Robbie E., Cal Bloom, son of former WWE star Bo Beverly, he's got the mullet to prove it, and independent star Stokely Hathaway. Don't know any of these 3 guys.
Well, Robbie E. has lost a ton of size. I wonder why.
I could barely guess. I don't know.
Going from one company to another, that one has a solid drug policy and the other one doesn't?
Hey, I don't like
One actually cares about their performers' health, and the other one is a cheap knockoff of what a wrestling company could be.
I don't know. All I know is that one of those wrestling companies surpassed 1 billion global followers on social media.
Right. And the other one can't even get 12,000 people to watch him on Twitch.
Yeah. After 13% growth, the WWE issued a big statement about that.
Yes, yeah, that is a big deal. That is a big deal, actually. That's, I mean, how many of them are bots? How many of them aren't? Those are questions, but it's still 1 billion is a big number. There's like 4 billion on the earth or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of us parasites on this planet, and 1 billion of us are following the WWE. Okay. You can question that all you want, but there's no other entity that would have that many. Period. There's no sports organization. There's no league. There's no government. There's no celebrity, no nothing that would have that much growth when it comes to social media. Okay? Jamel saying humans are kind of an infestation. Yeah, we are. We are viruses with shoes is what we are.
So sometimes I think about Men in Black, and I do think about Vincent D'Onofrio as the bug alien, and I'll be driving to work sometimes. I'll be looking around at all these other people. I'm like, yeah, they all have families and shit, and it's like, but God, what an infestation! These fucking parasites who can't drive, and I just start thinking that they really are like, they do need to be extinguished, exterminated. Excuse me.
Yeah, and of course Lex being the one in the chat room to go ahead and take that big squat over our bowl of Cheerios and saying 1 billion accounts and not followers. Well, for fuck's sake, Lex, get out there and count how many actual people are doing this. Someone cue up the meme. God damn it, Lex. All right. All right. On to the injury front. Luke Harper reappeared out of Rochester for a house show earlier last weekend. Don't mind me. I just need to once again adjust my goddamn pictures because, technology. He reappeared for a match. I think he went against Mojo Rawley is who he faced. More on Mojo in a second because he will be a reappearing guest on a segment that's coming up after this. But yes, Luke Harper appeared and caused everyone to go frantically bonkers. Oh, he's going to show up at Fastlane. Oh, he's going to show up on SmackDown. Nope. Is he ever going to show up? No. Who cares? Just enjoy the ride, people. Enjoy the ride. I've quit trying to figure out when Bray Wyatt's going to reappear. I've taken the tequila shots because of it. I am not going to predict when he's coming back either. I just can't do it. But I know he's healthy. Know that at least.
Yeah. Can't we just be happy that he's back? And I'm sure there's something for him. There will be something for him. Actually, I always thought that he was supremely talented. I always think back to like what I thought was going to be his coming out match when he had that ladder match for the Intercontinental title against Dolph Ziggler. And I was like, God, this guy is really, really fucking good. They did nothing with him.
I compare him to Kane. He is Mr. Reliable, Mr. Dependable, whatever kind of match that you need him to do. Whether it be, helping to put someone over or be a monster or be a mixture of the two, he is the one to do it. Okay.
He's got a great look.
Yeah.
I think he's crisp in the ring, and if anything, like you said, he's fucking consistent. If you look at his Twitter feed for the last 3 years, every day he tweets, "It's insert day of the week." You know what that means.
Yeah, you know what that means.
It.
Yeah, that's all he does. That's all he does.
And when I saw him down at Access in 2017, I just shouted over to him. I go, "Hey Luke, it's Saturday. You know what that means?" And he goes, "What's it mean?" And I go, "I have no idea." He goes, "Candy time." He tossed me a Snickers. It was awesome. I'm not even fucking kidding. Ask Victoria. Oh, she put it in the chat room independent of me just now because she's not. I swear to God, she's not in the room. It was awesome. I still have it too. It's definitely a fucking stale Snicker bar now. But.
No. He always strikes me as one of the good ones. He's one of the ones that gets it. Okay.
He's a dude. He's a bro.
Yeah. But he's coming back. He's good to go. That goes back to our injury report, our injury list. Jason Jordan, we still have no word what is going on with him. Neck surgery, we're sure he's going to probably not return to wrestling, probably. The way it's looking.
It's actually going to be a handicap match, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable versus Kurt Angle, and the winner is Kurt Angle's son.
There we go. Knew it. That's what we're going to have. That's how he's going to retire. That's how Kurt Angle's going out. Sami Zayn, both rotator cuffs torn. He's going to be due back in WrestleMania times. Fandango was supposed to be back by now. Torn labrum scheduled for February comeback. No word. What's going on with him? Akam, cleanup on his knee, will be out until May, so no AOP for a while, probably not until SummerSlam. Ember Moon, emergency elbow surgery after Royal Rumble. We have no idea what's going on with her. She's been active on the Twitter, but we don't know what's going on there. Tommaso Ciampa, neck surgery, claimed to be out for 3 to 6 months. I'm looking at more 6 to 8 months is what it's looking like to me. And finally, not usually talked about that much, is John Cena with an ankle injury. It caused him to be out of the Royal Rumble. But, yeah, I'm just saying that. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Know when you're being worked, people.
Oh, yeah.
Know when you're being worked. Know when you're being sold to.
Oh, my God. I wish that he could have gone against, I think it was set up for that dude that never showed up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. It was set up.
What a bummer, because that would have been a great WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I know. But what are you going to do? What you are going to do is wonder, what the hell happened to all the people who aren't hurt? What about the people, that I haven't seen on TV for close to a month? Where are they? Are they just stuck in catering? Are they lost in the bathroom? I don't know where they are, but I know where you can sure as hell find them. You can find them on the WWE milk carton.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria's favorite part of the show, with the walking milk carton smiling frantically as we go to the milk carton. Oh my God. And I like this segment because the pictures are right and I don't have to screw around with anything. Lucha House Party has not been on television since February the 18th, when they had a match against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, trying to give Kurt Hawkins his first win, no can do. In fact, we haven't seen them since. This is the only picture I could really find of them.
The Lucha House Party, not on TV. I never noticed. I can't believe it's been that long, and it's not long enough.
No, not at all. But also making their, I believe, 5th appearance on the milk carton, Sanity. We have not seen them since February the 19th, when they had when Eric Young had his match against Ricochet, who debuted on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't care if those guys have Bell's palsy too. They're fucking ugly too.
One guy I did not put on this list, but I figured he is a returning one, probably for the 5th time as well, is Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley has not appeared on television since February 18th, when he did his Stuart Smalley monologue in front of a mirror, saying that he's good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like him. Yeah, that was great to see the character developments really filled in for you, Mojo. Alicia Fox, February the 4th. Haven't seen her since she teamed up with Nikki Cross to try to qualify for the women's tag team tourney. They lost against Sasha Banks and Bayley. She is too busy having fun. The only way you can recognize her is if she's got a bottle of Wild Turkey in her hand.
You think she's a Wild Turkey fan?
She just screams Stevie Nicks to me. She screams of Stevie Nicks. Grey Goose, Wild Turkey. Yeah, she likes any kind of foul named liquor is going to be in her hand, is what I figure she's going to have. Not specifically, Akam has not been on TV, but Razar and Drake Maverick have not been on TV since February the 4th, when Razar tried to intimidate Apollo Crews about Kurt Angle losing his feelings and stuff. I got nothing there. Mickie James has not been seen since February the 4th episode of Raw, when she gave Kurt Angle a hug. That's the last time we've seen her. So apparently Kurt Angle hugged Mickie James and gave her a swift belly-to-belly into the void. And we have not seen her since. Heath Slater and Rhino have not seen them since.
Mickie James.
Yeah, Mickie James. Have not seen her.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Heath Slater and Rhino have not seen them since February the 4th, when they were backstage standing in line in an episode of Raw to get a shot at the title, I believe. I think that's what it was. Titles of some kind. Is what they were standing in line for. That, or it was catering. I don't know. It was some reason they were standing in a line. That's what my database says. Speaking of, just mentioned them before, Gallows and Anderson, we have not seen them since February the 5th, when they had a match against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev on SmackDown, because they didn't like how they treated R-Truth. I'm so glad that they have come back to R-Truth's defense for the past month. Even though R-Truth has been United States champion, you would think that the people that would be celebrating with R-Truth the most that he's United States champion would be the two guys that stuck up for him after he got the crap beat out of him by the two guys that used to be United States champion. You know what? Gallows and Anderson could go fuck themselves. Okay? I'm saying just story-wise. I'm talking character-wise. Not talking them personally. Personally, I'm sure they're great people.
They turned down multi-million-dollar deals. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots. Yeah, they're fucking idiots. Bork Laser has not been on TV since January 28th, when it was the Raw after the Royal Rumble, where he tossed around Seth Rollins like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, we will see him next week, though. We know that for sure, so hold your horses on that one, kids. Dolph
Mm.
Ziggler. We have not seen him since January the 27th Royal Rumble. He's too busy trying to be a stand-up comic.
That's the only funny part of it. You know, I actually caught him on like what was it, like Last Comic Standing or something like that,
Yeah.
and he fucking bombed.
He's
Like,
bad.
like bad.
He's really bad.
It was sad. It was sad.
If you want now,
Almost as sad as somebody trying to go at my wife toe to toe with her. It's sad. It's sad.
now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've done stand-up comedy. I've been a stand-up comic. I've bombed. Okay, it sucks. Okay, but you dust yourself off and you get yourself back up and you start the deal all over again. Okay, and you keep on going. Ziggler, he's a different kind of cat. Just because you think you've been a pro wrestler and you can perform in front of 10,000 people ramming your head into canvas doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be funny in front of 30. Okay? It's a lot more difficult doing stand-up comedy, I think, than it is being a pro wrestler. Okay? Being a pro wrestler, you're just looking for a reaction. Stand-up comedy, there's only one reaction. And if you don't get that one reaction, you need to find a new job, sir. Tyler Breeze, we have not seen him since New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, Battle Royal on Raw to determine something. Oh, it was a number one contender for the United States Intercontinental Championship that Apollo Crews ended up winning, and he lost to somebody. Can't remember who. I'm sure everyone in the chat room will remind me. But yeah, Tyler Breeze, I haven't seen him since New Year's Eve.
Oh.
He lost to someone.
Yeah, who was that? I didn't recap those shows, so I really have no recollection of that.
Bobby Lashley, CJ says. I believe that.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was Apollo. Yeah, that was right. It was Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews. Yeah, that's
okay.
Right. Bobby Lashley. Yeah, that's who it was. Epico and Primo Cologne have not been seen since November the 18th Survivor Series, when it was the Raw versus SmackDown tag team elimination thingy. I'm sure they are in. I don't know where they are. I've given up. I don't know where they are. Shoot a flare. I don't know. I'm sure they're in South America somewhere.
It's like so weird. Like, these guys are on the roster, and they wrestle like so few times a year. Like, they don't even wrestle on house shows. But like, whenever they get a chance, they actually have like good performances. It's really weird. Like, you wrestle 4 times a year, and it's actually pretty damn good. Undertaker should take some notes from the Colognes, I think, for how to stay in shape and like continue to know how to wrestle.
Yeah,
they don't do diddly dick.
No, these guys. I mean, when they had the South American tour last year, they did. They had a very large hand in the South American tour. But they are not doing house shows. They are not doing main event tapings. They aren't doing anything. Jamel's saying it was Ambrose. Yes. That's right. CJ saying it's Ambrose. Yeah. It was Apollo winning that Battle Royal on New Year's Eve and facing Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. Okay, so we got that out of the way. But finally, the stalwart of the milk carton, the one that I have given up on. I don't know when the hell he's coming back. He is still under contract. I don't know what the hell's going on. That's Bray Wyatt. We have not seen Bray Wyatt since August the 13th of last year. This guy this is a record now. Okay, we are talking. This guy has been gone for 7 months and has not been anywhere. No TV, no pay-per-view, no nothing. Okay. You want to talk about someone getting a repackaging or a rebranding? This is how you do it. You keep them off TV for 7 months. Okay? Take your pick. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay? Right now, everyone was thinking Royal Rumble. Everyone was thinking he'd be in for Royal Rumble. He didn't appear. I gave up, but now my last guess is that he's showing up the Raw after WrestleMania. That's it.
That was I was just about to say that. I was going to say either the Raw after WrestleMania or the Smack. And in fact, I would put him on the SmackDown after WrestleMania because I
Sure.
think that SmackDown could use some dynamic characters like that.
Sure. CJ saying the Colognes could be backstage agents. Absolutely. I see
Yeah.
them. I see the Colognes being as agents or coaches. I could see them being part of, the NXT focus in South America. Okay.
Right.
They have a great hand that they can give. Okay. No knock on them for not being on TV. There are reasons why they aren't on TV. Okay. So it's got to be for those reasons than anything else. They're just on the main roster, and I just kind of tell you that, hey, where are these people at? That's just what I do. So there you go. That is the WWE milk carton.
I love it.
Yeah, I know Victoria likes it. It's her favorite segment, and it helps everyone remember where are all these people. Where are all these people at? So you won't be surprised when they show up on television. Is the biggest reason that I do it. All right, time to teach some people. Not you, Mike. Not you in particular. Maybe a lot of the people in the chat room, but sure as hell a lot of people on the internet that I'm sure are not listening right now, which is why I consider this like cable news.
Okay. Apparently, I do need sensitivity training. My jokes go over people's heads.
No, me. I'm kind of an instructor / student here.
Okay.
So
I'm ready to
teach.
learn.
Okay, you go ahead and learn. I will learn by my mistakes after how I get my lessons repeated back to me because I don't know shit about professional wrestling. Okay, it is now time for everyone. Take out your pencils, take out your notebooks, stick them in your ear. You're not going to be taking any notes because it is time for Fantasy Booking 101. Do this. Doug, you're supposed to switch to that scene. It's that scene. It's a really cool Wrestleview logo scene. Then we go to this scene. Fantasy Booking 101. All right. PowerPoint presentation, everybody. That's what this sucker is. Holy cow. Webcam, you are not working with me today. There we go. All right. Fantasy Booking 101. Oh, God damn it. I hate it that I wear glasses because I can really see the mistakes in my own show. Pardon me. There we go. Okay. Everyone fantasy books. You do it. I do it. Every wrestling fan fantasy books. Wouldn't it be great if these guys have a match? Wouldn't it be great if that guy had a match? This guy should really turn heel. This one should really be face. Fantasy booking. We all do it, okay? To complain about people doing it is like complaining about how you wish that there was a dream team of some kind, or that you wish that during a sports season that your team was going against another team, or that why couldn't they have done this with their roster? Why couldn't they have traded this guy? There's no difference whatsoever, okay? Fantasy Booking 101. I am here to enlighten you or teach you to not sound like a nerd or sound like an idiot when you're trying to fantasy book. I know you're going, Doug, what do you mean? We're nerds already. We're fantasy booking wrestling. Well, yeah, but I'm trying to keep you from crossing that line. Okay? Crossing that line of, I want to say, being too into certain things, not marking out, I guess is the thing, Think like a TV producer and not like a carny. I guess we'll put it that way. A guy in a bowling shirt. We want you to act like a guy dressed in a suit. That's what we're doing here. So, Mike, I'm here to give you four quick lessons of Fantasy Booking 101 before we dive into attempting to book WrestleMania and try to use these lessons that I'm about to tell you. Lesson number 1, here we go. Lesson number 1, and this is really easy for you. Remember everything. Remember your TV shows, the pay-per-views you watched, the commentary, the promos, the matches themselves. Remember everything. I mean everything. Everything you've watched, what you remember from everything. What were the commentators focusing on during the match that they were talking about all the time? What were the wrestlers doing in the ring that they seemed to be focused on the entire time? During the performers' promos, what were they focusing on? What were the Words that they focused on. For Kofi, 11 years, 11 years, 11 years. Why do you think they're focusing on 11 years? Well, character development, story development. That's why you remember everything, so that you can adequately predict what's going to be happening. Okay? It's really, really simple. It's something that everyone does. Okay?
Yes.
Everyone does it. Okay? And by God, and I'm not here to say, I've been watching wrestling for, God, like 33, 34 years. I remember a lot of stuff. Okay? But you don't necessarily need to remember everything that you've ever watched. Just know what's been happening for the past, seriously, 3 to 4 years. Okay? And you'll be able to adequately predict what's happening. I know you try to forget every Raw that you've ever watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I know you try to.
It's a losing battle. It's a losing battle. Although it's like funny. I say this a lot on my podcast. It's like there used to be days I could remember every single, like the next day I could remember every single segment, every match that happened. And now it's like, oh God, I can't remember diddly dick about what happened an hour ago.
Sometimes I need a refresher.
Sometimes they'll show a replay on a show of something that happened, and I'm like, in the show. And I'm like,
oh boy.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nothing has any staying power though. That's the problem.
No, I remember everything, and even the bad things. I keep everything in mind, just so that I am adequately prepared for what may be happening next. That or also just the stupid shit that people say. Wouldn't it be great if this happened? It already did. Don't you remember?
Right.
Number 2, you book for the long haul. Whatever you're wanting to predict, whatever match you're wanting to have, whatever program you're wanting to do that you believe would be effective, that would be great, you book it for the long haul. How are we going to get to this outcome? You can't just say, oh, next week they should have this match. Why are they going to have that match? Why should it be this match? What 2 characters are being involved in this match? How are we going to get them to that point to have this match? Once again, we always mention here on Wrestleview Weekly and also on Live how long of a build we have to a pay-per-view. This is where the long haul comes in. Okay? We have a 4-week build right now that we're going into WrestleMania. If this is a 12-match card, 5 or 6 matches have already been confirmed. We are effectively, me and Mike are going to try to predict what the other matches are. And we're trying to book for the long haul. We cannot we're not just going to book and say, oh, we're just going to do this just to do it. No, this ain't TNA. This is the WWE. We're not just having a match just to have a match. There's a reason for the match. So, in actuality, that's what we do.
That is what we do.
And got to prepare myself because I told myself I was going to be doing this. The Wrestleview Weekly after WrestleMania, I am going to attempt to book WrestleMania for next year because this is what the WWE does. They book WrestleMania a year in advance. Don't believe me? Look at John Cena versus The Rock from Miami. Okay? They do it. It happens. Number 3. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that was just a special occasion, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was like...
A special one, yeah. Number 3. You book the story, not the match. You're booking the story. You are not booking a match just to have 2 athletic people doing athletic things. They're doing stuff in that ring for a purpose. It's not just to perform athletics. Though a lot of people love those athletics, I am not knocking those fans. But the reason they perform these athletics is to tell a story. And that's what they're doing in the ring, is telling a story. This is theater, for crying out loud. Okay? We're booking a story. A story between 2 characters, the protagonist and antagonist. Why don't they like each other? Let's book it to why they don't like each other. What are the ethics and pathos that they don't agree with each other, and how will they clash in the ring? Is whether it be 2 gigantic guys that weigh over 300 pounds or 2 little critters that weigh $1.50 soaking wet. Whatever it is, you book for the story. You never book for the match, okay? Believe me, I would love to see Braun Strowman against Rey Mysterio, but how in the hell am I going to get to that? I got to book the story, not the match. The match, I already know what that's going to be, but I got to book the story first. That's what you got to do first. And finally, the number 4 rule in fantasy booking, and it's the hardest one, though it could be the easiest for those with sane minds and lots of sources. It ain't about you. Rule number 4, it ain't about you. We don't give a shit what you like. We only give a shit about what everyone likes. What would I like to see? I would love to see Rusev versus, I just want to see Rusev in a tank again. I want to see Rusev with the world title. That's what I want to see. How am I going to do it? I could book you a story right now. But it ain't going to fly. Because it ain't going to be everyone's cup of tea. There's no reason for that kind of booking. There's so many people out there that saying that they would bring so-and-so to the WWE and have them have the title. Well, that's what you want. But what does everyone else want? It's those kind of people that would never be booking Kofi Kingston right now. Okay? It's those kind of people that keep on bitching about why the WWE doesn't listen to the crowd, when in actuality they have been. They've been booking for the crowd, not themselves. And that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what I said on my podcast too. All those people that were like, "Oh, I thought the fans were in control of the things," just like they said in December. And it's like, well, you think Kofi Kingston was in the plans in December?
Yeah.
You think? You really think that? You think Mustafa Ali was going to be in the main, like the WWE title picture? Like,
I would like to introduce
listening.
you. I want to introduce you to Aleister Black, Ricochet, Johnny Gargano, and Tomato Chomper. Okay. They're not listening to us. They need more NXT guys. Well, here you go. What do you want?
Yeah, and then you can obviously critique the booking of it, but they gave it to you, and they're there, which means that there's a chance for them to get over in a segment, even if it is a pointless tag team segment. They can still get over.
Yes.
I mean, if Sonya Deville and Asuka can get over their 3.5-minute match, Ricochet and Aleister Black have a fighting chance.
Yeah, they got a fighting chance. And that's what you want to try to tell the story of, is that they have a chance.
Right.
Anyone can have a chance, just as long as they're given the opportunity. Story! That's the story! Okay, so there. Those are your 4 rules four basic rules for fantasy booking. But the biggest one of all is it's not about you. It's about booking for everybody. Making it an engaging story that can get everyone's attention. All right? Now, it's time for WrestleMania. All right. Before, when I was booking the WrestleMania on the whiteboard, I said there were 11 matches that were probably going to be on this card. It's looking to be like a lot of matches. I mean, looking like 13 on the main card. Not even on the pre-show. 13 matches is what this is looking like. Because they're already making matches right now that I cannot see taking the place of something else. They're just way too important. Okay, so first, before we get into booking the WrestleMania, let's talk about the matches that are already on it.
Yes, let's.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the WWE title, set in stone after Rollins won the Royal Rumble. That's set in stone. Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Raw Women's title, set in stone. That was confirmed after Fastlane. So we got that. Triple H, I want you to look at this picture of Triple H, Mike.
Okay. I'm looking.
This is the worst Photoshop job I have ever seen the WWE put out there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
look at that. Okay. Triple H versus Batista. No DQ, no holds barred. Yeah, look at this.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, that is not him. I don't know who the hell that is.
That looks like when you're on WWE like 2K19, you're cycling through like the bodies for the created wrestlers, and it's like, this one.
The past few weeks, the WWE has been horrible with their Photoshop jobs. Okay, They've been really, really bad. They've been hiring some really horrid interns. Shane McMahon versus The Miz. That's going to be happening. Okay, so those are the matches that we've got. You could throw AJ and Randy Orton in there, but that's not on WWE's website right now. But we'll go ahead and just say that.
We also have Buddy Murphy in the Cruiserweight title, depending on who wins that tournament.
Right.
And did you mention Kurt Angle? You mentioned Kurt Angle,
Well,
right?
we're getting to that.
Okay.
But
That's official.
Yeah. But we're talking about main card. We're talking about the main card. Let's face it, Little Critter Cruiserweight title is going to be on the pre-show.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Same with Andre and the Women's Battle Royal. Although they haven't announced either, I think they're going to get to it at some point.
They'll get to it at some point. I don't even think they will announce it at all. They'll just have it. They'll just do it.
Well, they have to get like those like weird shots of the trophy and then like have somebody have a pointless match for a pointless match.
Well, yeah. They'll just have a schmaz that'll last 30 seconds or something like that. So those are the pre-show, the pre-show matches, Little Critter title, Battle Royals. That's what I've got. This is looking to be a 13-match card for WrestleMania now because Lord knows how long it's going to last. I mean, by God, if the Royal Rumble went 4.5 hours, this sucker can go an easy 5 from 7 to midnight. Okay?
Oh, yeah. And I've been to, actually, the WrestleMania that we went to in Florida, 33, went from start at 7, although the pre-show started at 5.
Yeah.
And it didn't end till almost 1:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. So, brace yourselves. Here we go. First off, Daniel Bryan, WWE title. What are we looking at here with him? Okay. I totally get it that Kofi's got to have this gauntlet match coming up, and that'll give him a title match, and we're anticipating he's going to win, and he's going to be put in the title match. But is it going to be just him? Is it going to be a triple threat? Is it going to be a fatal 4-way?
I think there's going to be multiple people in his match. I don't think the WWE title is going to stop just with Kofi Kingston. I think, where's the Kevin Owens story going? Right. What happened to that one? Mustafa Ali is still involved in a sense. Just the fact they put him in a tag match against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
he's there doing something. I think it could be a whole bunch of flavors of the month versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
With Kofi being the one that tastes the best.
Yes. I definitely see this as being a 4-way between Bryan, Kofi, Ali, and Kevin Owens. But just like how you said, we talked about the characters on the Fastlane recap. How the characters that you have, Daniel Bryan, Captain Planet.
Love that.
Just a fantastic heel. Kofi Kingston, 11 years. 11 years. Let me see. Kevin Owens. We care about him because he cares. We care about him because he cares about his family. And he cares about things.
Yes. Isn't that Dana Brooks' gimmick? She cares about wrestling and WWE?
Yeah.
She can't. So now we have two conflicting gimmicks.
Mustafa Ali, he was the heart of the Little Critter show, but he's not on the Little Critter show, so we don't know if he is the heart or whatever it is of this show right here. We just know that he dresses up like Sub-Zero. Is all we know. All right. So
that's a great outfit, by the way.
It's a cool outfit, okay, but that's all that I know about him. That and he's a bumping machine. So it's easy for us to go ahead and say Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, because those are the two characters. But from everything else we've been seeing on the TV shows, there's no reason for this not to be a fatal 4-way. But
easy.
We'll see. Who knows? Those guys could be put into other matches. Who knows? Asuka, SmackDown Women's title. So, Mandy Rose retains. Had the match against Sonya Deville, but that causes it up to have a storyline between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville that is not necessarily intertwining with Asuka. So, that leads us to, are we getting another clusterfuck with her? Or are we actually going to have a one-on-one?
Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I think it's a clusterfuck. Initially, what I had pegged for Asuka, probably about a month ago, was Charlotte Flair, and I totally get why Charlotte Flair is in the main event, because Becky is a little spastic in the ring. Ronda is insane in the ring. If you put them in a giant spot like the main event of WrestleMania, there's a chance that something wonky could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Charlotte's there. She's a phenomenal wrestler. She's going to be the glue that holds it all together. So I understand that. But I initially had it pegged as, okay, Becky's going to get screwed out of the match. She's going to beat Charlotte at Fastlane, and the winner goes to WrestleMania. Charlotte would have to go on to face Asuka.
Yeah.
I like the way it played out anyway, but like, God, I really loved, that was my favorite match at WrestleMania last year, other than the Ronda Rousey match, was Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
That was
such a kick-ass match.
It was fantastic. And
I
had
thought
no,
we were going to get, I thought we were getting part 2 this year.
Same here. I had no problem with there being a rematch. There are 2 questions that really do need to be asked here. Okay, if it's going to be a clusterfuck with Asuka, then so be it. It's going to be with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Throw in a 4th, Lacey Evans. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? But the bigger question is, and Taker alluded to it in the chat room, is this a match to be on the main card? Would you have the SmackDown Women's title on the main card?
No, not this year.
Not this year. I can't think of a reason to have it either. If I need to shrink down the time of this show, if I'm having 13 matches, this was one of the 13, I would have to take it and put it on the pre-show. So.
Yeah. And yeah, like I do like the idea though of, I mean, I was talking before about how much I like Sonya Deville. Give her a chance,
Yeah. I mean, give her a shot, but it's not a lot of focus has been placed on this title.
No.
At all. So
it's an after. I mean, Asuka wasn't on the show for like a month after Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
If my memory serves.
Yeah, she was not. She hadn't been on TV for about a month. She went back to Japan, I believe. Dean Ambrose. What are we doing with him, since this is supposedly his final match in the WWE and he's leaving after WrestleMania?
Oh my God.
Okay, now. You alluded to there being a tag match with him and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin.
Right.
Okay.
Because, and the reason I say that is it's twofold. Number one, because I don't think Dean Ambrose is leaving. So this would be a really good thing. Like, they could build up to a tag match and Roman could bring him out. Let's address the elephant in the room, Dean, on the Raw before WrestleMania. Let's address the elephant in the room, Dean, you're leaving. I need you to stay, bro. And then he convinced him to stay, signs a contract in the ring, and everybody's happy. And we have this tag match. Dean Ambrose is sticking around or whatever it is. And then maybe that leads to another Dean Ambrose heel turn, this time dirty deeds to Roman Reigns, keeps Reigns out of the title picture for a little bit, builds up to Reigns and Seth maybe at SummerSlam. I had all this beautiful stuff booked out in my head, and I thought it sounds pretty goddamn good. And the other reason why I want this tag match to also involve Baron Corbin is because, son of a bitch, I don't want Kurt Angle's last fucking match to be against Baron Corbin, and I kind of have a feeling that's what it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
Even though I really want John Cena versus Kurt Angle, I have a feeling, just because of the story arc and the way Baron Corbin was directly responsible for Kurt Angle's downfall, having to go back into wrestling when he wasn't ready and getting embarrassed left and right.
Right.
That it's probably the logical opponent for Kurt Angle's retirement match would be Baron Corbin.
From a storyline sake, yes.
From a storyline standpoint.
Yeah.
And we always kind of felt like these embarrassment angles for Kurt Angle were building to this anyway. So we always knew he was going to retire. And it's just like, God, it could be Baron Corbin.
It could be. Could be. My thing is with Ambrose, there are 2 ways you can go with this. Is the tag match option that you were talking about, where he's teaming up with Roman to go against the guys that have been tormenting them and kind of convinces him to stay put. And he does, hugs, embraces, yada, yada, yada. Whether that leads to turns or whatnot, I think is kind of irrelevant. They can carry on with him and Roman Reigns being a team and Braun Strowman coming into the fold, or, not creating a pseudo Shield, but just staying a team and being all buddy-buddy like good cop, bad cop type thing is what you can do. There's that option. Or you go with the option that I absolutely fucking despise, but would not surprise me if it happens. We have an honor fest. We have a respect fest of Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. You know what, Dean? For one last hurrah, for your WrestleMania moment before you head off onto that highway to wherever the hell you want to go, let's go one more time. And you and I have never gone. So let's go. And yeah.
Well, if the storyline was heading in that direction, if the Claymore kick into the ring post didn't happen, I'd say there'd be a chance, but I don't see any chance that Reigns is not involved with McIntyre in some form.
Yeah, I've got Jason in the chat room talking me off the ledge. There's not enough time to build that. Jamel going, nah,
there wasn't
son.
enough time to build to the Shield reunion, and they did it in one night.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough time for that, and they did it. So that's one of those like never say never things, but
right now the tag match sounds very that sounds way more believable.
Right.
To me.
But to book but he's kind of right to book Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns would be kind of penny wise and pound foolish.
Yeah.
In a week.
Yeah. All right, Bobby Lashley. What are we doing with that Intercontinental title? At first, I thought that this was full of clusterfuckery, but now it is abundantly and obnoxiously clear what they're doing. Okay? If we're going to hot potato this son of a bitch of a title, back and forth between him and Balor for the past 2 months, we're going to do it again. We're doing it at WrestleMania. And we're getting a motherfucking demon, okay? We ain't getting some guy with a bunch of people that are happy to be in a club. We're getting the goddamn demon, okay? That's it. I'm locking that son of a bitch. I'll take a shot if that doesn't happen. Okay?
I think it'll happen. I debunked or I explained the reasons why it shouldn't happen on the post-Raw show, because we also surmised that. You logically can never, I mean, I'm just talking logically.
Right.
You can never use the demon again. Never.
Logically, that's correct, yes.
Never. Because the biggest match of his career was against Brock Lesnar and no demon, and he got beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yet he comes out at SummerSlam and beats Baron Corbin in like 30 seconds as the demon.
Yeah.
Why would you use the demon to win a mid-card title when you didn't use it to go all out and win the big title? They killed the demon.
Yeah.
The demon is dead.
Yeah. Well, they killed the logic behind using it, but we've all known that.
But logic is void in WWE, so they're absolutely going to use the demon.
Yeah, they're going to use the demon. Yes, they are. Okay. Not in any of one of my 4 steps did it say use logic.
I know.
All right. Because God, if we used logic, then, oh dear God, nothing would ever happen that we'd ever think.
If we used logic, we could never watch somebody do a delayed vertical suplex ever again.
That is correct. Yeah. If we did not factor in logic, we would never look at steel cage matches the way that we should. Look. All right. CJ, you're failing fantasy booking 101. Look, this is not about me. Number one, we're telling this.
Saying.
I know you're failing it, but look,
I'm technically not, because I know they're going to do the demon, and I would book it that way absolutely 100%. I'm just saying.
Yes, yeah, you are that asshole. You are that asshole. I want to get the demon. Well, you're not going to be getting the demon because of this, but you're probably going to get the demon. Well, don't make me feel like an asshole for wanting the demon, Mike. We're getting the demon, goddammit. Okay.
I just want you to feel small, and I'm big.
Oh, no, we've been together. We've stood next to each other, Mike. We know who's bigger. Okay.
I know. That's why do you think I'm doing this?
All right.
We're
Samoa...
talking height-wise, by the way. Height-wise.
Yeah, we're talking height. We're talking height here. Joey
Golly.
Samoa and his United Statesy title. Okay, Samoa Joe, United States title, SmackDown. I will go ahead and say right now, before Kurt Angle announced his retirement match was going to be at WrestleMania, I booked Samoa Joe versus John Cena. I thought it was just, Samoa Joe going, I'm issuing an open challenge here at WrestleMania. Who's it going to be? And John Cena runs down the ramp. That's what I was looking at. Not a build. That's how you would have the match. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty clean. But now Kurt Angle's having a retirement match. Everyone's having a boner that John Cena's going to be the guy to send him off. And I kind of agree with that. So now what do we do with Joey Samoa? What do we do? What are we doing? Another clusterfuckery match? Or is it just going to be him and Rey Mysterio? Now that Clusterfuckery? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And this is maybe the other match that would wind up on the pre-show for me.
It very well
could. It's amazing that it popped into my head the other day that Samoa Joe's been on the main roster for a significant amount of time now.
Oh, yeah.
He debuted in 2017, attacked Seth Rollins, and caused the injury. Yeah. Right? Next year, he goes down with a knee injury right before Royal Rumble, isn't back for WrestleMania. This is going to be his first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. He's always been injured for WrestleMania. Had elbow surgery, then would have knee surgery. Always something keeping out. God, he had the mumps, I think, at one point. No, he didn't. No, he didn't have the mumps. I'm thinking of Bray Wyatt is what I'm thinking of.
Yes. Yeah, I think Joe, the first year he missed it just because he got called up and there was no program for him. And they didn't want to beat him in the Andre Battle Royal, so there's just leave him off.
Yeah, it's perfectly logical. Yeah. So, if we're having clusterfuckery with Joey Samoa, we've already had 2 fatal 4-ways with him. What are we going to do? Are we going to do 6? Are we going to do a triple threat? Are we going to throw an accessory into this? Are we going to throw a ladder into this? Something like that. Are we just going to have 6 guys and a ladder? That sounds about right.
Yes.
To me.
Oh yeah. If you make it a ladder match, and all of a sudden now it becomes a main roster match. I mean a main card match.
Yeah. So I'm looking at clusterfuckery, United States title ladder match. At first I was thinking that's what the Intercontinental title was going to be, but then hot potato game was being played. So now we'll have it for the U.S. title because that's kind of what we're getting there too, but it's amongst a lot of different people. Throw Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev into the mix. There you go. With the typical 4 that we've been getting. So that's what I would do. It's simple. Yeah. It's effective. Booking the story. Raw tag team titles.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, that made you cry. I saw a grimace right there. Okay. Number 1 question, are you having this on the main card?
Oh, God. The pre-show now is loaded.
Yeah, the pre-show has now become a B pay-per-view in itself. Okay. The Raw tag team titles. Okay. We've already had clusterfuckery with this before. We going to do some more? Or what are we doing with these guys? I got a feeling we are not even going to have one.
I don't think so either. I just don't see how how it could work out. There's not enough teams. I mean, Aleister Black and Ricochet again. Fuck it. I'm not gonna use the logic, but
yeah,
I certainly wouldn't put them on WrestleMania and have them lose to the Revival.
No, not at all.
I'd rather fucking leave them off.
Yeah, just leave them off the card. I mean, the only thing that I can think of to happen is the Revival. It's the only match I ever thought of that would be for the titles, but I'm sure as hell won't happen because we haven't seen them on TV for a while to further the storyline, is Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins. Because Curt Hawkins has never won a match. Okay? That's the only thing. But I mean, out of nowhere, we got Zack Ryder winning an Intercontinental title in a ladder match that he never should have been put in the first place. He got his fucking WrestleMania moment and lost the title the next day. Okay?
I went on I can't remember. I tried to find a recording of the podcast. I'm not going to say who I was on the podcast with, but I went
Right.
on a podcast after that WrestleMania and just tore that match in particular a new one.
Oh yeah.
I still can't believe that happened.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, they can do that stupid shit. But I got a feeling the Raw tag team titles are not going to be on the show at all. I've got a feeling these guys are just going to be thrown into the battle royale, is what it's going to be. And then everyone will start bitching and complaining that they should be getting a higher spot, that they're going to keep the titles and take them to Jacksonville and AEW. So yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so you go ahead and complain all you want. The Revival and DIY and all those great tag teams aren't on the WrestleMania show because they aren't charismatic enough. Sorry, that's just what it is.
It's like, where are all these people that were clamoring for the Revival? Because they don't go to the shows, that's for sure.
Yeah, they sure as hell don't go to the shows. That's what I know. But
and these guys are great wrestlers. No one gives a fuck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They put on great matches that you must pay attention to see what's happening and everything that's happening. But if you ain't paying attention, like most fans don't pay attention, I don't want to say it's over their heads, but it's sure as hell not getting their attention. I'll tell you a tag team that is getting people's attention, Usos, SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Oh, yeah.
They came out on the SmackDown show last night, calling out all the tag teams, saying we all got you locked down, and listed them all out, including the Hardys, where I effectively booked the Usos versus the Hardys for the SmackDown Tag Team titles in a TLC match. But I think I went a bridge too far. So now I'm only thinking Usos and Hardys, but now that the Usos have named every single team,
that's a good one, the Usos. Because they've been so good, it's almost like a crime to leave them off of WrestleMania.
You can't leave them off. You cannot.
So, what if the U.S. title isn't the ladder match? And honestly, the more I think about it, the people involved in it, a ladder match, other than Rey Mysterio doing shit off the ladder, which with his knees, I wouldn't push that. I wouldn't push it.
Yeah, you're right.
That could be a ladder match. I mean, The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, they are more than willing to do high risk stuff.
Oh, they've done it before.
The Hardy Boys,
they've done it. Yeah.
No question about it. I'm trying to think who else is on SmackDown.
I would put of course you have the Usos defending it, so you got those three.
New Day. Put in New Day for sure. And then even throw in there the two idiots who turned down a multi-million fucking deal, and you have your fucking crazy clusterfuck tag match, ladder match.
Yeah.
Could be good.
Or if you want to, if you don't want to have them in there, you could put Aleister Black and Ricochet on there if you wanted to.
Right, because they're not tied to a roster.
Yeah, throw them in there.
That's the story with them. They could be on any show they want.
Yeah, they could do that. Hell, if you wanted to.
Oh, they could be surprise entrants.
Yes.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, do that. I mean, there are lots of things you can do with this. Okay. I like the idea of the SmackDown tag titles being more of a ladder match than the U.S. title match being a ladder match. The U.S. title match right now, to me, almost sounds like an elimination style match is what it should be. But if they do like some kind of six-way thing, it ends up turning into, just chaos in the ring. First pinfall gets the win. It doesn't make any sense. It's got to be an elimination style of some kind. It would be my taking of it. But yeah, SmackDown tag titles should both of the SmackDown titles should be in a ladder match. Okay, when I mean US and tag. Okay, just because the Raw titles.
There's no tag teams on Raw. Nobody gives a fuck.
Tag titles, no one cares about. The Intercontinental title's been a hot potato between Extraordinary Man and Bobby Lashley.
The Almighty. ALL-mighty. Like
the battle of the hyphenated words. Extraordinary and Almighty. Almighty. all-encompassing mighty, forever mighty. And finally, we alluded to it, the Kurt Angle retirement match. I think everyone says John Cena. Cannot think of anyone else except for storyline-wise Baron Corbin. I don't know about that. You know, it to me
Don't
right.
put it past them.
I know. I mean, I fear the worst.
That would be the one time they use fucking logic. Of course.
I could see Baron Corbin doing a run-in, and John Cena cutting him off and getting back to the match.
Yes.
Okay, I can see that. All right.
I have it. I got it.
I
know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. I can tell you. You're 100% right about that. And now that's got me thinking how they could possibly do that. Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin. You send out Elias to help him.
Sure.
And now all of a sudden it's this big gang up before the match begins. John Cena runs down. John Cena, Kurt Angle tag up against Baron Corbin and Elias for Kurt Angle's final match.
Yeah. Then you could do that. Then, but we had Drew McIntyre teaming up with someone to go against Reigns and Ambrose.
Well, yes, exactly. But if they're going to do Reigns versus,
there's nothing wrong. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
I'm just saying, like the way that could work out though, it's like John Cena and Kurt Angle instead of John Cena being the bad guy, which I think. Because I don't watch Total Divas. Victoria does.
Yeah.
But they don't even say John Cena's name on that show. They always refer to him as my ex. They never show any clips of her together with John Cena. Don't mention his name. She doesn't say John. She's nothing because it's like I think somebody in Kurt Angle's talent pool said like, okay, we need to like take any negativity away from you. So don't have them mention your name on this and that. The last thing they would want is for Kurt Angle to now, John Cena now come out as a guy who's trying to get his movie career off and running and just get booed out of an arena for retiring Kurt Angle.
Well,
so maybe you make him Kurt Angle's tag team partner.
Yeah. No, you could do that. No, actually, that does sound a lot better. It sounds a lot better for it to be a tag match.
Because Kurt Angle's broken down anyway. I mean, I'm not saying that just because I'm trying to make fun of all broken down people and get people crying again in the chat room. No, I'm saying that because he actually is a fucking broken down guy. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He can't stand up straight.
No,
the guy's neck, it's like hanging on by a string. He's beat up. I don't think he can have a good, long, epic WrestleMania retirement match anymore.
No, he can't.
So make it a tag match.
I mean, the only matches.
That's how they hide all of Undertaker's faults. They put him in a tag match.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is, why do you think Kurt Angle got so many DUIs? It's because he was trying to numb the pain. So
exactly. He did neck surgery after neck surgery, and oh god.
So tag match sounds perfectly fine. You could have it Elias and anyone. It doesn't matter. You can do that. Gosh, someone could be sitting there. Okay, I'm just trying to think of a random. Jinder Mahal. Get Jinder Mahal out there and have him take one for the team. Okay, just any random Yahoo. It doesn't matter. Just for the sake of getting beat up by Kurt Angle and John Cena on WrestleMania, Jinder Mahal. I'm just throwing it out there.
Jinder
Mahal. Throwing it out there. Okay, he's the only one I can think of. Because then you can have the Singh brothers out there, and they can toss them around. Okay, more people getting tossed around, the better. Because it's Kurt Angle's last match. Okay, he can put both Singh brothers in the ankle locks and get them both to tap out. What a way to go. That's a way to go. All right, so that's what I would do. Tag match, Cena and Angle versus Elias and Jinder.
Jinder Mahal, yeah.
Or
Baron Corbin and Jinder.
Well, yeah. I'm just not really throwing Baron into the mix because I'm really focusing on him.
I really want that tag match. Yeah.
I'm really focusing on that tag match right now just because all of the bodies involved that hate the Shield and Kurt Angle are already involved in other stuff, And just the thought of Elias on the stool strumming the guitar and Jinder Mahal next to him just sounds great to me.
And then bring back the B team to play their harmonicas.
Yes. Yeah, and then just have the Singh brothers dancing around and everything. Oh, yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, my God. Actually, wow.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is looking pretty damn good right now.
Okay, we have stacked WrestleMania, kids. Okay, we have stacked it. Okay, I'll go over the entire whiteboard with you next week. Okay, I was going to say what locks are. I only know one goddamn lock. Okay, but I'll go through the locks next week as we have another classroom session of Fantasy Booking 101. More lessons to be learned. Again, I will bring up the things. And that is WrestleMania, yes. But again, the 4 rules of Fantasy Booking 101. Remember everything. Book for the long haul. Book the story. And it ain't about you. Okay? And all that stuff right there, that's pretty much what we've done there. It ain't about us. It's about having a really entertaining show. Do I want to see Jinder Mahal at WrestleMania? Absolutely not. But it's something to put out there. Do I want to see clusterfuckery matches in every single match at WrestleMania? No. But that's what it's going to be. It's what's going to be entertaining. So there you go. Enough said. Oh, God.
Jinder Mahal makes a lot of sense. The, anti-American thing and Kurt Angle, Mr. America.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Maybe not even John Cena. What if Kurt Angle teams up with Hulk Hogan? Oh, no. Now I'm getting crazy. Now I'm getting crazy.
Now you're crossing the line. Now it's starting to be about you now.
Hogan's the special guest referee. No, that's a completely American theme. John Cena is all about America. Kurt Angle, you get the real American as the ringside enforcer.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're okay. We need to talk you off the ledge now.
The Patriot as the special guest commentator or ring bell timekeeper.
All right, kids. That's gonna do it for Wrestleview Weekly. I'm gonna have to find a mild sedative for our guest. Once again, thank you everyone showing up in the chat room. Victoria, Jamel, Daniel, CJ, Quentin was in there, I believe. Lex has been scared off. Others that are in there, say your names now so that I know who the hell you are. Jason, I think I said you before. I don't know who else is in there. You better say who you are. That's how much I care about you while you guys are saying hi. Mike Tedesco, thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure, sir. It was a great time. I always enjoy talking and shooting the shit with Doug Lackey. That's for damn sure.
Where is everyone able to catch you next week?
Oh, you can catch me and my lovely wife, Victoria, on the Wrestleview Post-Raw show. It's our 30th episode coming up.
Yes.
So psyched, and I'm hoping to have a good show. I think we will have a good show. And, oh my God, WrestleMania is coming up. It's an exciting time. Good time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah, I saw Roy Nemmer was in there.
Was he?
Yes, he was. Hey, Roy. Hey, Gels. Hey, Lewis. Sweet Lou. God, your body makes me hard. Billy, hi. How are you? You're Mike's friend. Okay. Yes, everybody. I think I mentioned everybody. Thank you all so much for stopping by on the show. Catch me next week talking more fantasy booking stuff, red and blue stuff, milk carton stuff, and also a tequila-free show. This has been a very weird show. I apologize. I will probably have some scotch on me. Wow, I look royal with this fucking crown behind me. Jesus Christ. All right. Thank you all so much for showing up, guys. Know when you're being sold to.